Okay, beekeepers, this is your old pal Kirk Ovio. I'm talking to Christina down in Florida. She's going to do a cutout and put these bees in a top bar hive. So I'm going to talk to her and give her some hot tips on how to do this. So, hey, Christina.
Hi, how are you?
Pretty good. So you're getting ready to do a cutout?
Yes, I am getting ready to do a cutout, and a week ago I didn't know anything about bees, so I've had a lot of sleepless nights. So I was, I think I'm kind of on the right track, but I want you guys to kind of fill me in, and I'm sure I'm not thinking of everything.
Okay, so you're going to cut these bees out of a squirrel box, right?
Yeah, it is an owl nesting box, and I don't know if you had a chance to look at the photos, but
yeah, I'm looking at the pictures right now, and you're going to put them in a top bar hive.
That's right, which I also send you a photo of.
Okay, and the only trick with putting them in a top bar hive is when I do a cutout, I put them in a regular laying hive because I can tie the comb in the frames with kite string. And
right.
A top bar hive, all you got is the top bars.
Yes, and so what I'm doing is taking advice from other people, top bar people. What I've done is I've attached hair clips, the big hair clips like teeth, and to the top of the bars. So those are those little bows that you see at the top. It's just cotton tying those.
Yeah.
And then they told me it works really well and it's the quickest, easiest way. And just attach the pieces to those, and the clips are soft, they're not very hard, so they won't cut through.
Okay, so you got to figure it out then. Okay, now is this hive of bees that you're going to cut out, is that in your yard?
Yes, in my yard.
Okay, so the first thing I do is I get my top bar hive right over by where the tree is that I'm going to take the box down that has the bees in and get it set up there first thing. And then right. I would make sure that you should make sure you have a squirty bottle, like a bottle that you missed your T-shirts with before you iron them.
Yes, that's what you should get one of them.
Yeah, you should get one of them and fill it full of water and sugar, like a syrup, so you can spray it on the bees. And then then I would have that ready, and then I'd have some string ready if I needed to, and I would get up there and I would give those bees a couple puffs of smoke with my smoker, and then I'd wait about 10 minutes, and then I'd give them another puff with my smoker and wait 10 minutes, and then I'd go up and mist them with the spray bottle. I'd mist them a couple times so they could eat plenty of the sugar water I'd sprayed them with. I'd probably take a good half an hour or 40 minutes just to do that, and then I'd take the box down. And when I got the box down, I'd set it right on top of the top bar hive, just right on top or on a table next to it, because it looks like there's more than enough bees to fill that box up. So after you get the box down and you set them on the top bar hive, you can take some of the top bars out. You can get the bees off of there and kind of shake them into the top bar hive, and then you want to cut the combs out. So that you can hook them up to the top bars.
Okay. I did set up, the top bar hive is set up already a few feet away. We've got a ladder up. We've got a pulley block system to be able to lower the box because it's going to be hard to hold since the combs are all on the outside. And we have a workbench, a big work table set up as well.
Okay.
So
sounds like you're set. Now, when you take those comb out of the box and you hook them up to the top bar comb, make sure you get as much of the brood comb as you can, especially the freshly laid eggs. So in case the queen gets squished or something, they'll have what they need to make a new queen. Whenever I do a cutout, I always make sure I have as much brood as I can get, and the eggs and one day old larvae in the hive, so in case the queen gets hurt or injured, they'll have what they need to make a new queen.
Okay. When I cut out, I I suspect that the combs inside the box are going to be not only smaller, but just prying the box open, we might break them. Can I attach two separate pieces on one bar?
Yeah, you can attach whatever you can get attached to on that bar. What I do when I do a cutout too, you'll have comb with honey in it. Mm-hmm. I cut the comb out, the honeycomb out, and set it aside in a plastic bag so I can feed it back to the bees. I don't try to attach that into the hive because I want them to be busy just trying to repair the brood comb and getting that attached to the hive inside the frame. So when you open up that box that's got all the bee comb in it and you cut it out, if you just set the honeycomb to the side in another plastic bag, and the hardest thing when you do like a swarm trap or a box like your hat, as soon as you get one or two pieces of comb out, then you've got enough room that it's easier. So the hardest part's the first one or two pieces of comb. That's where you want to be careful, and hopefully you don't squish the queen, is when you get the first couple pieces of comb.
Now, do you think, because what you see in the photos, there's three, they've drawn another comb since they built like a parapet of droplets, and then they built another comb. So I've got probably three combs that run with honey that run at the front. Then when I get to the box, there's going to be a hole, which is the entrance to the owl house.
Yeah.
So do you think there's any brood outside, or all the brood will be inside the box?
You know, you never know till you look and see. You know, they're so crowded inside that box. Don't be surprised if you find a queen cell or two in there, because they might be preparing to swarm because they're crowded. But it's kind of hard to tell until you open it up. But probably the inside of the box is probably, they say inside that box they got 3 or 4 combs. Probably half of them are probably bee brood combs.
Okay. The other question I had is the combs that are on the outside with the honey. You said you put them in a plastic bag, and what do you do with them?
I feed it back to the bees. I feed it back to the bees.
So you just set it nearby, or?
No, I just, like, you got a top bar hive, right? And it has a flat top that fits on top of the bars. Right. If you take a piece of 1x3 and make a top that runs the length and the width, so it makes like a 3-inch space between the top bars and the lid, you can then put a baggie feeder in there and feed them.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think there's some pictures on the blog on baggie feeders, so you can see how to make that shim.
Okay,
and extend the top of your hive about 3 inches, basically.
Okay, and where do you actually set the bag?
Right on top of the frames. And then I just cut a little slit in it with a razor blade so they can get in and they'll take the honey or the syrup out of there.
Oh, okay, understand.
Because the reason you want to feed them is they're going to need the energy so they can take the wax to attach the combs to the top bars. Right.
Okay. Yes, and then my next question is, do I need to supplement the feed? I know that, we are, right now it's like 90 degrees outside and there's stuff flowering everywhere, but, although it's coming into winter. But do you think I need to supplement the feed with a feeder?
Well, if you said they built a comb in the last week and there's plenty of flowers blossoming, probably not. But in a week, if you build that shim in a week or two, when you do need to feed them, you'll be set up to. When you do a first cutout, that first week or so is very important. So the later you work into the day, right, that you do this, the fewer bees will go back to the origin, to the tree where the box was at. Okay. Because some of them are going to go back there, but.
Okay.
But if you squirt them really good and keep them coated with sugar water, they'll be sticky. And then once you get the brood and the queen in the top bar hive, they'll go in there for sure.
Okay. All right. And then the box, I would imagine, shall I set it next to the entrance so they, whoever's left there or around will go in?
You mean the box after you're done?
Yeah, the bird box after, whatever's left in I'm sure there's going to be bees everywhere.
Well, if you want, after you cut all that stuff out of that box, you can put it back together, and you can put it up in your tree and use it for a swarm trap. You can catch some more bees.
Well, I know there's going to be plenty.
Yeah. So.
Great.
You might leave that box, right there by your top bar hive, and then if a bunch of bees collect in there, you can just take the top off of your top bar hive and shake them in there. Squirt them with sugar water and shake them in the hive. You might have to do that for a day or two till you get them all in there.
Okay. And should I squirt sugar water inside the top bar hive?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
The main reason you squirt the bees with sugar water is that it makes their wings sticky, so they can't fly. So you don't have so many people to manage. And plus, then they have to eat the sugar water. So now they're more docile because they've eaten sugar water. And then C, they'll need to put it somewhere. So that gives them the urge to set up shop there in your top bar hive.
All righty.
The main thing is just take your time. I think the hardest thing will be just to take the box apart enough to get the comb out. But I think everything else should go pretty good.
Yes, exactly. And the other thing, one more question. So you said, is it better if I work right on top of the top bar, or do you think it's better to work on a work table right next to it?
Probably a work table right next to the top bar.
All right. And then if you look at those pictures of the box the way it is now, should I, when we bring it down, should we brush all those bees into the top bar box?
I squirt them really good with sugar water. And if they're hanging on some comb, cut the comb off, and gently clip it in the top bar and put the bees and the comb on the top bar and put it in the hive.
Right. Okay. All right. Great.
So, feel free to call back and send us some more pictures. And
I do appreciate so much that you got back to me.
Yeah, because
I joined a couple of forums, but I didn't get any responses from them, so I was getting a bit concerned.
Yeah, you can call us anytime, day or night, because we're trying to change the world. That's what we're doing, and just remember, backwards is the new forwards, and spread the word. And I will keep you posted. Okay, have a good day. You too. Thank you.